next time you go to the mall, or a concert, or amusement park, take a look around. For every 10 person you see, 6 people will be overweight or obese. This is according to a recent study done by the CDC, which is Center for Preventive Disease Control, done as recently as 2005 and 2006. Did you know that it is more common now for people to be overweight and obese than it is to be in a healthy weight range? As Americans, we simply eat way too many of the high-calorie foods. We live in a time of supersized portions, and we lack physical activity. In the US alone, more than 60 million people, adults, are obese or overweight, and 9 million children fall in that category between the ages of 6 and 19 as well. Again, this is according to a recent study done by the 2005-2006 CDC. So simply put, this means that 2/3 of all Americans are overweight or obese. Also, according to the US Surgeon General, obesity is a cause of over 300,000 deaths a year. I'm a personal trainer with roughly about 35 clients, and 90% of them are overweight and obese. Today, I hope to convince you that obesity is a problem and has reached epidemic proportions, that it contributes to chronic diseases and many complex problems. Also, that there are no quick fixes or temporary fixes, and that the best way to manage body or weight control is through self-control. It's also to educate yourself about health and to exercise regularly. What does it mean to be obese? A person traditionally will be considered obese if they're 20% over their ideal weight. Your ideal weight is considered by your height, your age, your sex, and your build. Obesity, defined by the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health, means that your body mass index is 30 or above. Basically 30 pounds of your ideal weight. Globally, there are more than 1 billion people overweight adults, and at least 30 million of these adults are obese, according to the World Health Organization published in 2008. These are the numbers, and they're astronomical. Having obesity is a significant health threat, and having too much body fat can contribute to many problems, such as type 2 diabetes, which is adult onset, hypertension, stroke, heart disease, sleep apnea, which is a failure to be able to breathe at night, lack of oxygen, and many certain cancers. The key causes of obesity are increase of too many high concentrated foods that are poor in nutrients, also high saturated fats and high saturated sugars, also the lack of physical activity. Billions of dollars are spent every year in the hope of finding a solution to fighting fat. Unfortunately, all that is truly being purchased is a Band-Aid fix to a bullet wound. There are all superficial fixes that do not really attack the problem and at the root, and therefore they're temporary and they fail. Let's look at 3 most solutions offered employed to help fix the problem of fighting fat. The first one is fad diets. We heard of all of them. We had the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, the Jenny Craig diet, the Hollywood diet, the alien diet. All these, again, are followed by weight loss initially, but then a cycle of frustration, a loss of motivation, and then weight gain. How about diet pills, like drugs? Fat burners such as amphetamines and ephedrine do increase your metabolism initially, resulting in calories being burned, but they also raise blood pressure. They also irritate your nervous system and cause your heart to work harder. These fat burners are the cause of strokes, heart palpitations, and even death in healthy people. The third attempt at curing the obesity epidemic is through surgeries, like liposuction or gastric bypass surgeries. The problem with liposuction is that as soon as the individual begins to take in more energy or food, the cycle begins all over again, and your body begins to make you burn fat cells and storing your energy. Gastric bypass surgery is extreme, and basically what it does, it just removes part of your digestive tract and limits the amount of food that can be consumed. The surgery is very extreme and very painful and very dangerous, and numerous people have died because of the surgery. Another problem with these surgeries is that financially the health costs are well over most people's budgets. Just for liposuction per body part, just $3,000 according to liposuction.info. And for gastric bypass surgery, $28,000, well over just for the surgery itself. None of these above-mentioned solutions attack the root of the problem. Teach how to change your behaviors or frame of mind. They're temporary fixes, and again, they fail. What can we do about this problem? What we must do is promote healthy behaviors to encourage and motivate and enable individuals to lose weight. Here are a few options to prevent and reduce obesity. Take initiative to educate yourself in proper nutrition. Read health magazines, books, explore the net, talk to a nutritionist if you need to. Read dietary guidelines such as the RDA, the Recommended Daily Allowance. Also, start moving and exercise daily on a regular basis. Anywhere from a half hour to an hour is enough to get your body fit. Go for walks outside, ride a bike, go swimming, go jogging, join a gym, like Big Sky. Just kidding. And start teaching and learning self-control and eating and with your eating habits. Take a smaller plate or eat half of it when you go out to eat out. Eat small meals every 2 to 3 hours. Avoid long periods without eating and going hungry and then overeat. Set realistic goals for weight loss and stick to them, and then set new ones. In closing, it is no exaggeration that in 100 years from now, people will look at the obesity epidemic and see that it's destroyed more people than any epidemic in history. Epidemics like the Black Plague and AIDS will not compare to the obesity epidemic that we're experiencing now. As you can see, obesity is a serious problem affecting us globally and nearly 2/3 of all Americans. America is the #1 country in the world with an obesity problem, 2/3 of all Americans. We have learned that there are no quick fixes, just temporary ones, that don't resolve the root of the problem. They require little effort for the person losing weight, someone is making billions of dollars, and they're not effective in promoting or preventing permanent weight loss. Obesity is a problem, but we can control it. Through behavior modifications, we can start focusing on our health, we can start eating right foods in reasonable amounts, we come back on saturated fat, sugary foods, and incorporate portion control. And finally, let me just say to embrace an active lifestyle, to encourage you to ride a bike, do 50 jumping jacks in the morning before you start your day, join a local gym. Whatever you choose to do, commit to it and stick to the plan. Bring a friend if you want, if you need to keep motivated. I encourage you to take action and to help make the change and not become another statistic.